Forever. Dog. Forever. Dog.
Here's another thing is I love my cousin. Like I still love my cousin. And I also, like, me and Nick grew up in this. Like, I understand. I don't understand as an adult how you could think this stuff. But I mean, there were times where I thought, Planned Parenthood was bad when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Like, and
me too. Yeah,
when I was a teenager.
Because you're hearing other people. Because you're hearing
it's brainwashed.
You're getting everybody's you're getting these interpretations of the Bible, which are coming from one direction, and they are interpretations, for sure. They're interpretations and bending things to their own agendas too. And so it was it's really easy for them to convince you when you're a kid that that's not okay.
Yeah.
It's really easy for them to do that.
And they are thinking they're being good. That's what's hard for me to understand. As somebody who believes in God and really just believes in taking care of other people, honestly, I really think that's the only point is for us all to just love each other, not to be cheesy, but
I think that's really good. And I think that's really important to remember, especially right now when things are so incredibly divisive, is that they think they're doing the right thing. That's the same. It's the same to every single person who supports Trump thinks they're doing the right thing and maybe sometimes it's maybe sometimes they're thinking it's the right thing in their own self-interest, but they are thinking they're doing the right thing. And that's important to remember. They don't, generally people don't want to hurt other people. They really don't. People are generally good in their hearts and in their intentions. And when they are hurting somebody else, it's usually because they think that they have to. It's usually about them thinking they're doing the right thing for themselves. Everybody thinks they're doing the right thing, and they don't generally want to hurt other people.
Right. When Skipper messages me Bible verses and says, "Can we talk about you being gay?"
Yeah.
She's doing that because she thinks I'm going to hell. She's doing that because she doesn't want me to go to hell. And she's also it's on her conscience. Why can't I say that word ever? Conscience that God wants her to say that. And I know that God does not want me to hear that because I know that I'm accepted and loved. But I know that she thinks she's doing the right thing. She does.
I mean, I think to a certain extent, at a certain point, you don't have to give people, and immediately, as soon as you don't have to give people that either. But you need it for yourself. That's for you to understand that everybody has good intentions. That doesn't mean you have to. That doesn't mean you have to keep up a relationship with somebody
or any hate or harassment. I shouldn't be talking to people when they act like that.
You don't engage with it. You don't have to, just because the understanding that everybody has good intentions is for you, not for them. It's so that you can, because it's easy to start thinking that the other is like a boogeyman, and they're bad, and it's just that forms a lot of your perspective on the world and how you feel about other people generally. When you start to feel when you start to feel like everybody else has bad intentions, that's not good. That's not a good outlook on the world. It's not going to help you.
Too, with the election, it's really hard. It really feels like hell because how can all of these people be supporting this man? How can these people have these racist, homophobic views? It's really, really hard. But I do know that my cousin thinks that she's doing right by what she's saying, and she's completely wrong. But I know that she thinks that she's right, and that she's doing it to be good.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. We have some time left, right? And so maybe we should jump into our stories. And thanks for listening along for that, fellas. And so either I would say either if you have okay, I'll start with one. Okay. From this is church, church related, Christianity related. So we've talked about going on mission trips before. We've told you guys about some of the time we spent on them. I remembered an incident from one that that would be I think classify as a confrontation. And so in this instance, so there was a girl on that trip who I liked. a lot, you know, and we'd liked each other for a while, you know, we'd liked each other for a long time. And, but while we were there, it was just kind of weird, you know, and like, just those little Christian relationships, you know, those are so funny. And so that was sort of how we were, you know, like both kind of liking each other, but we don't talk about that, you know. And, at some point on that trip, I was talking to her brother or something, and I was talking about a girl, this other girl who I thought was pretty, you know, and I was telling him like, isn't she so pretty, you know? And this is the girl who I liked who came with me. This is her brother who I'm talking to. So he's like no. He's like, no, you know, like he's no. And I'm like, yes, she is.
Wait,
she's
you were
beautiful. Her eyes are beautiful.
You were telling the
I was
girl's
telling
brother.
her brother.
Oh, I know exactly who you're
I was
talking about.
talking to him. We were doing dishes, and I was talking to him.
Your sister's pretty.
You know? No, I wasn't saying his sister was pretty. I was talking about somebody else, like another girl. And I was like, she's so pretty, you know. And then
were you talking about
he's
me?
fully disagreeing.
Hey,
with
were you
me.
talking about me?
Yeah, we were talking about you. And so I'm like, come on, like she's beautiful, you know. I'm like, and she had really pretty eyes, was what I remember. Her eyes were really pretty, and so I was like, have you seen her eyes? Her eyes are gorgeous, you know. And I think he's sort of defending his sister, basically. You know what I mean by not encouraging me to be thinking that this girl was pretty. He was for his sister. And so then I run out of the kitchen. And this was a mistake on my part, and you guys may not like me for this story at all. You know?
What are you about to do?
So, it ends with her crying.
Oh
so
God.
I run out into so there's like a little area where people eat outside of the kitchen, and I run over there. And so the girl who I liked and who liked me was sitting at a table with another girl, and I'm like, I'm like, I was just telling your brother how beautiful this other girl is.
How goofy.
You know, which is how goofy this girl is, which is weird to do. I don't know why
why did you
needed to run to that. Because I don't know. Because I was 15.
Wait, so you were confessing before he told her?
No. I was trying to get them to agree with me. I don't know how weird that. It was the weirdest plan, but I was like, oh well, they'll agree.
Oh my gosh,
they'll agree. She's beautiful. She had beautiful eyes. You know?
Who was it? Dang, was it me?
I don't know. She was like another person on a mission from somewhere else.
It wasn't me. You said?
Oh no, it was you.
Well, who was it? Britney Spears?
I don't remember her name or much, you know. Because it was just like another girl at this place who was pretty.
Was she with the church?
Beautiful. She was with a different place, somewhere else.
Okay.
Like she'd come from another country. She'd come from, we're in Peru, and we came from Dayton, Ohio.
You were literally screaming to the girl that was in love with you that you thought another girl was
that she was pretty, and I didn't see any problem with that. And so immediately they both jump up from the table without saying anything and run off crying.
Wait, the person I used to say,
so bad.
I almost said the name. So the girl and who else ran out with her?
The other girl that she was close friends with. But no, she's crying. Oh, I'm not finished because
oh my God.
I don't know if you remember.
How did it go? You ran up to the table and you said, hey, I was just saying that
this setup. This is just setup. This isn't the funny part even.
But I still need to put it in my head. So you just were like, hey, I was just telling your brother that this girl was cute. All right, folks, there's a lot going on, and you might want to talk to someone about it. Who doesn't, right? And I know you wish you could be talking to me, but I got places to go and people to see. That could be a song. So since it can't be me, why not try BetterHelp?
BetterHelp is professional counseling done securely online. And they have so many different counselors with different expertise, so you're covered with whatever you want to work on.
You really should just go check out their website, and you'll see all the testimonies from folks who love the service and really connected with their therapist. And again, since you can't talk to me, because I know that's not how podcast works, girl, then you should try talking to someone who might really get you and is trained to do so.
You can do this over the phone or video, whatever you're comfortable with. However you want to chat, set it up with your therapist.
Even better, BetterHelp is more affordable than the traditional offline counseling. And you can start talking to your therapist in under 48 hours.
So again, if you've been thinking about it, why don't you just do it, dude? Talking to someone who's not me. And I'm sure it'll feel as helpful as if you were talking to me.
So visit betterhelp.com/Meg and Stalter. That's better, H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people who have taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional.
In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. If there's a therapist out there who's looking, they're looking too.
And of course, special offer to all my wonderful listeners. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Meg and Stalter. That's 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Meg and Stalter.
Hey guys, we're Kelly and Lindsay from Teen Crepes.
And I'm Meg and Stalter from Confronting Demons, all on the Forever Dog Network.
And we're here for some real talk. That's right, we're talking about wireless plans.
Breaking up with your old wireless provider just got a whole lot easier thanks to Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile is introducing their unlimited data plan for just $30 a month. Let that sink in. An unlimited plan for $30. How much is your soon-to-be ex-wireless provider charging you?
All plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network.
Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts.
And if you're not 100% satisfied, Mint Mobile has you covered with their 7-day money-back guarantee.
For people that hate their phone bill and are ready to cut ties with big wireless, Mint Mobile offers their premium unlimited plan for just $30 a month. By going online only and eliminating the traditional cost of retail, Mint Mobile passes significant savings on to you. Break up with big wireless and switch to Mint Mobile's premium unlimited data plan for $30 a month
at mintmobile.com/Megan
Stalter.
I'm back.
Nick, I think that
I got this boy.
I think the comment thread has been deleted because
Oh, really?
one of my friends, I told you in text, but one of my really close friends said something.
I know, yeah.
Okay, so I think they probably
Which
deleted
just makes
it.
Deleted
the whole thread.
okay. So the climax of that last story about the altercation with our cousin Skipper was that one of Megan's friends jumped on to comment, and what did they say, Meg?
Okay, so one of my best friends said this, and I didn't tell her to say this, and it's obviously not true, but she commented,
and we don't support it as a part of an argument, but it was funny that she said it
because it's so like out of all these really long comments, like fighting back and forth. My cousin said, y'all never want to comment on how cute my kids are on Facebook. All you want to do is comment when there's something gay. And then 3 comments down, one of my best friends said, I'm just hopping on to say your kids are ugly, which obviously her kids are gorgeous. Obviously, we love them.
It was so funny to say.
A short little comment because it's like it's the thing that's funny to say because it's obviously not true. She didn't even look at pictures of the kids, but the fact that was her thing that she wanted to hop in and say is. So I think
again, it's not a good argument tactic or anything, but it was just funny and it did make us laugh. A funny
thing to say, and she's so funny. And I'm clicking on the comments because it looked like they commented, but I think the whole thread's been deleted. Okay, so Nick, you go up to the table and you say, I was talking to your brother about how cute this other girl is, and he was mad. Is that what you said?
Cute, beautiful. There's a difference. I was saying she was beautiful.
You're like, I'm in love with this girl.
She had gorgeous eyes.
Nick, you said another girl was like as a 15-year-old, if the guy I liked came up to my table and was like, I was just talking about how gorgeous this other girl is with your brother, I would be bawling my eyes out.
I know. It was so wrong and not cool. I don't know why I did that. I was trying to be nice. And I think there was some weirdness between us then too, like where she was like, we weren't really anything. You know, like there was
I remember.
Like, it wasn't like anything really.
But
I mean,
you
it was
guys
just that we
really
both liked
each other.
We both really liked each other and
you
talked
never
a lot,
talked about it though, right?
But we didn't really like, I mean, yeah. And
at one point you did though, right?
No, I mean, like we went to like homecoming together, you know.
But you never kissed or talked about how you liked each other. But it was so clear y'all were like gonna get like you guys would have gotten Christian married at one point.
Christian married.
But I'm so
no, we were really close and we both did like each other. And but no, hey everybody, I just wanted to tell you guys that I love my wife Destiny.
Honey, I love your wife so much. She's literally me and Destiny are so close and we're all so close. That we literally, I forget she's not my sister. And when you guys kiss, I'm like, why are you kissing my sister? You're my brother.
Gorgeous.
Oh,
she's gorgeous. Beautiful eyes. Beautiful. Gorgeous.
Oh,
love
perfect.
her. Love her so much. And I'm just prefacing that because I'm talking about somebody who I used to like or something.
When you're 15.
When I was 15. 10 years ago?
So what
10 years ago.
What happened?
10 years ago, I liked a girl. and then I made her cry. So I made a girl cry and she ran off crying. And then I'm feeling really bad for the rest of that day. Feeling really, really bad.
My God.
And I think later that night.
What did they say when they ran off?
Nothing. They didn't say a word. They just ran off and cried all day. And so they cried all day. And then I think it was on a missions trip. I know. We're like going out for gelato. You know, she's crying upstairs. We're like, I'm like, me and this girl with the gorgeous eyes are going to get some gelato if you guys want to join us. It's so mean. It was so wrong. It was bad and it was wrong. And so I'm like, I guess we're not taking one of those motorcycle taxis together.
I can't believe
I guess you're not buying me a piggy bank made out of a coconut.
I can't.
This is a side part of that. So like this is sidetracking on that. But we would go. You'd find the funniest things at some of those little markets. Like I remember, and it was so. I wish I could watch us like. You were a little bit older, you know.
Oh, honey, but I was buying the beautiful beaded. You know what the funny thing is when you're on a missions trip, you buy like a beautiful beaded shirt or something, and you go, "This is how I'm gonna."
Beaded shirt.
This is what I'm gonna wear all the time. You're like, this is how I'm gonna start dressing.
Oh, vacation fashion is hilarious, and you know that better than anybody. You and Abby bought six pairs of jester pants. They were pants made for jesters.
We were in Tennessee, and at a gift shop, they
again sidetracked, but it's worth it. It was so funny. It was so funny. It's so worth it.
Me and Abby were in Tennessee, and at one of those like old country gift shops, they had these big, huge ruffled pants, ruffles all the way down. And I'm not kidding you. We thought we had the most gorgeous pants I've ever
loved them.
We loved them. We wore them every day on vacation, and all the pictures look like we're in a horse's costume. Like it looks like they're so ruffled.
You look like a centaur. Yeah, you look like a half horse. They're so funny. They're absolutely made for jesters. They're so ruffly and huge. They look so big.
Vacation fashion, honey. I always had. Oh my god, we always got those vacation. What are they called? They're not braids. They're like threaded.
Like the yarn wrapped around your hair.
Yeah, obsessed.
It's so funny.
Also, Nick one time paid to get one braid in his hair. One time, yeah, that was braid.
You know what? And I think that's probably good to talk about. And and I'm sorry for doing it. But for me to pretend like I hadn't ever done it would be wrong.
Would be wrong.
But it would be wrong to pretend like I hadn't done that. But I did it. I did on one trip. But you only
got one braid. It's like Michael Scott when he got that one braid in Jamaica.
Yeah, I was thinking it was. I was thinking it was funny, but that wasn't. It wasn't funny and not cool and not okay to do. But I did get one braid in my hair thinking it was going to be funny, and then having the braid in my hair for days and being like, and then later on looking at the picture and being like, what was I thinking? Like, why did I think that people would think that was funny? Like a hairstyle that's beautiful, a traditional hairstyle that's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm like, I'm gonna put one of them in my hair as a joke. It was so dumb and not okay. And sorry for doing that. And I really am.
See, that's gross to say sorry.
Yeah,
but I think the threaded vacation braid is like something everyone got when they were a kid.
It was very common at that time. Yeah, it was very common. But yeah, you guys got those big ruffle pants. But what I was gonna say about the little shops in Peru, like you find there's all these little like wooden things, you know, and I wish I could see me because there was a couple, and I remember it specifically, but I wish I could watch it from outside of my body. But like me and two other 14 or 15-year-olds walking around one of these markets, picking something up, turning around, it's actually a giant penis, you know, like it's actually a giant, like you pick up a wooden thing and you turn it around. It's actually a big giant penis that that is a pipe also that you smoke weed out of the penis. Like there would be tons of little things like that where we'd be like, what is this? I'm only 14
tons of cool things. And we're like little Christian, like, we haven't even kissed anyone.
Yeah, we're like, oh, what is this wooden thing? I'm only 14 and I've only been in church for my whole life.
Gosh.
What is this thing? Turn around, it's a penis that you smoke weed out of. Oh. And so I wish I could watch us finding those things. But
So you were shopping, enjoying your day. She was crying. You were shopping, holding penis bomb,
buying a penis pipe, and but I think it was just the next day that at some point I was talking to her, and to make it up to her, I bet you couldn't guess in a million years.
I'm so
even though
scared.
You were there.
I'm literally so
let her
scared.
do to make up the fact that I told her that somebody else was gorgeous.
I literally don't remember.
And argued it.
Would I have
cut my hair.
That's
and she's
why?
never cut hair before.
That's why?
She's never cut hair before, but my hair was long and she was.
I remember the haircut. I didn't know that's why you let her do that.
It was crazy. But to make it up to
I was
her,
kind of like, is he having a breakdown right
you
now?
cut my hair. Yeah. And
Wait,
again,
what?
has never cut hair. So her and her friend cut my hair.
Laughing,
all the way
they were
down,
laughing.
I really made it up to her. She had a good time doing that.
Are you
part.
sure that they weren't trying to get back at you?
They could have been, but we were kind of friends after that again, you know? It was like, it really smoothed things over when I let her cut my hair.
Say? Hey, let me cut your hair. Like, or was it all
I don't remember
unspoken?
how it came up. I think it was like,
unspoken.
I think it was sort of like, okay, so let's act it out. So, so let's act it out. And do you want to play her?
Sure. But I don't know what she said. What did she say?
You're just going to be like crying, you know?
Okay.
Basically, you're crying and kind of respond to what I'm saying.
Okay.
Hey.
This sucks. This is the worst vacation ever.
Hey, girl. How have you? I'm sorry.
Did you say hey, girl to her?
I can't say her name.
At this point, if you're saying hey, girl to
I'm not
her
gonna say her
and
name.
you said that someone else was gorgeous, friend energy.
Well, I think I said her name, but okay. Let me start over.
Oh, God, this sucks. I can't believe it. I didn't even get to go shopping today.
Hey.
Oh, it's
hey,
him. Girls, leave us alone. I'm going to talk to him for a second. Can I cut your hair?
Yeah. Do you want to cut my hair? I think that's about how it went.
Really? It was your
I think it was something
idea
like
or
that.
her idea?
I think it was my idea because they had talked about doing it
my God.
before that. So I think it was sort of she's sitting there crying in her room, and I come upstairs. I'm like, hey, I got this pair of scissors. You want to cut my hair?
She's like, I guess.
Would that make you feel better, girl?
I just remember.
Would it make you feel better if you could cut my hair into a million little pieces that looks really bad and
Was
all
it?
over
Did
the
it
place
look
are really
bad?
bad?
Did it
looked
look
so bad. Some of it was short, some of it was long. It was wispy all over the place. It was so bad. But
oh my God.
Yeah. So that's about it.
I remember her cutting your hair in front of everyone and them laughing. I was like, I don't know what's happening. So my only
also our dad's girlfriend one time cut my hair and my mom hated it so much and I also hated it. She cut my dad was supposed to get me a haircut. He lets his girlfriend cut my hair. It looks crazy,
she
really
was
bad.
So
it's like
mean of a girlfriend.
She
by
was
the
really
way.
mean. Yeah, one time I fed the dog sour cream. She yelled at me, and
how do you why just that the dog couldn't have it? I remember hearing
she got really mad at me about
you.
that. But yeah, she cut my hair. It looks really bad. I'm kind of sitting there, kind of trying to smile, but hating it so much. Going, this is so bad. This is so bad.
Our mom is so protective that I actually used to get really scared to tell her if someone yelled at us or like, yeah. The funny story I thought of, which I didn't tell yet before, is just really quick. It's just like there was this one missions trip, and I feel like I'm remembering part of it wrong because there was one guy on a missions trip that was secretly in love with me and gave me a big letter at the end. But then there was another. Here's what?
Slid a note under your door, didn't he?
He did. He was like, gave me
that was the
note.
one to Costa Rica. That wasn't really a missions trip, right?
So
I mean,
Costa
none of them
Rica
really
trip
are. If we
was
really get
the
into it,
most
none of them really are. You're not really
vacationy.
helping
Like,
them.
I'm going to be honest. The one where I was in Peru for 6 months, like part of that was
we were there for 6 months.
Yeah, there was a lot of
eventually you can know. Eventually, you can know what you're doing. But when you send teenagers somewhere, for 5 days.
We were literally on a
what
resort for half of it. I'm humiliated at even saying that. Like the Costa Rica trip, I'm not kidding, but we were really young, and I wasn't part of the planning. I just was going with the group, and what the pastor, who I love, plan though for us was to
also
help
he looks
out.
like Danny McBride and sounds like Danny McBride.
Oh my God, I have such a I can't get into it on here, but I really like Danny McBride.
And our pastor looked and sounded like him. So,
which again, I cannot explain.
Is it a chicken or the egg situation? You know, did she like him because of the pastor, or did she like the pastor because of him? You know,
it is so normal to have a crush on your youth pastor. It's not that he would it's nothing weird.
So you had a crush on the youth pastor, and because of that, now you have a crush on Danny McBride.
I don't know. It must be there must be something with it
because he sounds and looks just like him.
And looks like him. But he honestly was a great pastor. Like I really do love that guy, and I'm in love with him. But what I was going to say is that, the church plans the trip with the people they're connected with in the area, right? So we plan to help churches in a couple days, and then we were on a full resort. But
that's so crazy.
It's really embarrassing. It is so embarrassing, but we were teenagers, and it was our first trip, and I didn't know what we were going to do. But what I'll say is that there was a guy on I think it was the coast, I think that the other guy, I can't remember if it was a Peru trip or Costa Rica, maybe first Peru trip. But he was laying hints, and this is what's so embarrassing about this story, is that he was laying hints left and right that he was in love with me, and I was cringing. I was like, oh, get this guy away from me. I don't want him to be in love with me. And he was just like pulling me for private chats, like constantly.
Pulling you for private chat?
Yeah, and he kept being
You'd
like...
turn a corner, he'd pull you in.
He would pull me in, a corner.
You walk past the doorway, he's pulling me in for a little chat.
And that's the same thing the other guy did. The other guy would pull me over, but then at the end there was a letter. Now with this other guy, it ended up he was hinting at about a different girl. He kept hinting, and it was so embarrassing because I was telling all the girls like, I'm so embarrassed. This guy likes me. He keeps pulling me away from private chats, and I know he likes me, and he literally made me take a picture of him by this like beautiful fountain. Like he really was finding me as a confidant though, and then was but the way he talked was like, I really need help with this girl. I can't stop thinking about her. And so every sign.
Why wouldn't he say who? If he doesn't say who, you're gonna assume
I'm gonna think it's me. So
Yeah.
but then it revealed that it was someone else. I was like, what the hell? It's not that I wanted him to like me. Also, just a lot of...
Was it the one that danced?
That danced?
Yeah. Was it one that danced?
I don't remember anyone
Was
dancing.
he dancing? Hip hop dancing?
I don't remember.
Was he a hip hop dancer?
Was there one
For
of these
Christ?
guys that were...
Two of them were hip hop dancers.
No, I don't think the hip
They were
hop
big,
dancers
loving
had
hip-hop
crushes on
dancers.
me.
They wouldn't let us on their hip hop dance crew.
I don't
tried to
think
get
that.
on, they wouldn't let us.
Oh no, you're gonna be when I tell you who it is, you're gonna be embarrassed.
Was it the little guy who? Was it the little guy who like? So we're out to. Oh, was this okay? So there was actually this guy. There was another situation where we were out to dinner, at a place where eating. We look over. He's sitting at a table with strangers. He's fully sitting at a stranger's table in another country, talking to them, having a good time, like they know each other.
Who is?
It really
who was
is.
It?
Like,
just say the name.
huh?
It's just
I can't
first
remember
names.
his name. It's also he was also a guy who we had to do these funny sketches where they'd be like it'd be like a Skillet song, and they'd be like, you'd be pretending like you were drunk or stressed about your bills, and he was supposed to pretend like he was drunk, but he couldn't do it. It was really funny.
Oh my heart!
But
I need you to find out who that is because I need to know who was doing
what's
that.
his name? Tall hair, big teeth.
Oh my! Wait, was he really tall? Was he handsome?
I think he was kind of tall and small, though. Tall and small.
No, you need
Tall,
to look
small,
up.
tall hair, big teeth.
I don't know who that is. Please look it up. Well, also there was this guy. He was actually like my age or younger at the time. So not a man. We were both teenagers. But he would text me all the time. Met him one time. Kept texting me, God wants us to date. All this stuff. God wants us to date. Honey, he was mean to me every time I was in person with him.
That is crazy.
Literally crazy. Like literally nutty. I'm like, if God wanted us to date, he would have told me too. He wouldn't have just told you.
No, I think that's pretty silly because like
He was attracted. He was horny.
That's so silly.
You are not.
So
you don't
silly.
really think God wants us to get married.
That's a good pickup line.
17.
God wants us to date.
Yeah, he would be like, it's so
That's a good
beautiful
pickup
the way
line.
you were like worshiping tonight. And I'm like, that's a private thing with me and God. Don't make that a flirty thing.
Did I tell you one time I fell
Unless
asleep
you're
during that?
already dating. If you're already dating and you're like, oh, I love the way you love God, that's sweet.
Yeah.
If you are someone I don't know and you're texting me, God wants us to date. I love the way you were singing to him tonight. Stop.
Speaking of those worship services, did I tell you guys about when I fell asleep on the ground over there?
Oh my God.
There were times that like, so like you'd all be like kind of standing there, kind of dancing, and the songs would be playing, and then I'd look over and there'd be people kind of like off to the side by themselves, like they're having like their own little, like they're kind of praying. Some people be kind of sitting on the ground, laying on the ground, jumping around over there by themselves. So I thought sometimes I would think, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go do the laying down thing. I'm gonna go do the laying down thing.
God.
One day I went and laid down, didn't wake up. I fell asleep and didn't wake up. And somebody came over, like this, like
When did
our
you
pastor's
wake
talking,
up?
like has already started. Everything, the music's over. I'm still laying over there on the ground, and a girl walks across the whole place, which is, by the way, the size of a middle school gymnasium. It basically is a middle school gymnasium.
You're in the corner fully sleeping.
Up in the corner, fully sleeping, laid face on the ground. Girl walks over, taps me on the shoulder. Are you okay? And I had to wake up and look up and pretend like I had been praying and not sleeping. So I think I said, I was like, I think I sort of groggily looked up and I went, just give me just a second.
Oh
Maureen.
my God.
Just give me a second. Just so I could pretend like I was really invested, but really I was asleep.
Oh my God. That is
All
so
the way
funny.
asleep.
You literally were like playing into it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I thought, oh my gosh, I'd be outcast and outlawed because they'd known I was
Fell
sleeping over
asleep.
there.
Oh my gosh. Abby used to eat full snacks in the front row at church.
Yeah. One time he kicked me out for coughing.
No, as a joke?
Yeah. No, not as a joke.
Oh, like said,
I was towards
can
the
you
front
leave?
and I
You're
was
coughing
coughing
a lot?
and yeah. Isn't that embarrassing? So embarrassing.
Said you're so loud, you got to get out of here.
Yeah, he was like, you're gonna have to get out. He was like, you're gonna have to go. He was like, you're gonna have to go out if you keep coughing. And he didn't say.
I
funny,
like
it wasn't
that
a
energy.
joke.
I like that he was just like, honey.
No, I know he was pretty. I mean,
He was
He
straightforward.
was just very straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that is something I liked about him. He wasn't
Yeah.
like
Sugarcoating.
Yeah, but he also wasn't like. I don't know. He wasn't like intense.
We're both in love with him.
Evangelical, like
He's more
like,
laid back, grounded.
Yeah.
And,
But also
yeah.
also very straightforward and didn't like dance around things or like, he was just, he was good.
He's actually here right
and
now.
he looks like Danny McBride.
He's actually here right now. He's actually taking a shower. Hey, what do you want for lunch? No, I'm kidding. If he would not, I don't think he listens, but if he does,
I don't think he would listen either.
I love him and his wife. Anyway, so we're running out of time, but if we want to quickly say what our angel and demon is, my angel definitely this week is saying, the demon on my shoulder. Well, okay. Every podcast we talk about at the end. Who's the little
I know,
angel?
we haven't done this in so long.
Who's the little devil on your shoulder? What's the angel saying? What's the little devil saying? My devil was saying, I moved this week. It was really stressful. My little devil was saying, this is going to be too hard. You're not going to be able to handle this. You're not going to be able to, speak what you need when you go in for apartments. And my angel saying, babe, you can do anything. Yeah, this is really quick, but last night I had to go to the UPS store and take these huge boxes to my apartment. So I got a lift, a huge computer. The Lyft driver dropped me off. And was like, this is your place. And I'm like, oh, this isn't my place. But it was night. And I was like, I just moved here, though. Can't really recognize it. And he's like, get your stuff. This is your place. This is your stuff. Honey, I literally and this was a moment where I guess I wasn't confident in myself. And I feel like I'm doing better about being confident about talking through this kinds of stuff. Like I'm, confident on stage, confident in comedy. But like if a Lyft driver drops me off and says, this is your apartment. And I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, I got out of the car. I'm like, it's night. Maybe it's just down the road, whatever.
Did you have 3 really big boxes?
I only picked up 2 of them because of fitting it in the lift. And I had to push those 2 boxes down a block because he dropped me off in the wrong place.
We had to make those boxes.
They did. They look great. So my angel is saying, trust your gut.
They look a little scritchy, but
I know they look a little scritchy. My angel's saying, trust your gut. That was a moment where I literally just wanted to kind of get out of the car. But my gut with everything else is like, stay hopeful, trust your gut, and your guts are being trusted. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean,
he goes, not really.
I've always
Can you say it again?
I think we've collectively always been pretty non-confrontational.
Yeah.
I very much am. Like, I avoid confrontation like at all costs. I guess mine would be. I didn't think about it too much, but I got maybe a small one. Maybe just a small instance. So a small instance of it, because I have more trouble with an overarching, bigger thing, But a small instance was we were driving around before you left. So the day before you left, we're driving around trying to find. Was it on Halloween? No.
Yes.
It was on Halloween. So on Halloween, we're trying to find boxes for these things you have to send. And we can't find any that are big enough. So we have to so we go to Home Depot. They don't have any that are big enough. I'm like, I guess I have a friend who ships his paintings. He'll ship them in in big boxes that he makes, So I'm like, oh, I can make a box out of this weird hard foam. And so I got all this hard foam, went out to the parking lot. I'm like, Megan, we have to make 2 giant boxes. It's going to take us about 2.5 hours. Let's get to it. And so we drive the back of the Home Depot parking lot. I have a little saw. I'm cutting up the foam stuff. And there's little bits of the foam stuff flying out into the air, right? And I have felt bad about this since then. There's these little bits of foam that are flying out in the air, and it's not a ton, they're not raining down, but there are, it's like when you cut foam, you lose some of it, and it kind of floats around. And I felt really bad about that. And so at the time, my angel was saying, I know it's going to be a hassle, but maybe find some way to get this out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, you can't. The boards are too gigantic. There's no way you could do that. And my devil is saying, who cares about the little bits of foam? No one cares about the little bits of foam. And my angel is like, no, people do care about the little bits of foam. And littering's not so much like a greater issue of like, littering's about everybody doing a small part to make everything a little bit better, which is a bigger metaphor for everything and how we should be for each other. So to take things down to a really micro level of just not littering in any way possible is actually a really good way to be, and a good influence on the rest of your behavior and how you interact with people beyond that. And so that was a devil and angel conflict where I was like, and I'm pretty harsh about littering specifically because I think that I think it's a small little thing that a lot of people do literally all the time.
Yeah.
Always, every time they have a piece of you watch people do that. Like I'll see somebody unwrap something. I would see it so much in New York. Like people unwrap something, throw it right on the ground, right in front of them, just let it fly away. It's crazy because it's such an indicator of like the rest of how you are as a human, because it's about who you are as a human, because it's such a small little thing and you're thinking no one's watching and you're like, so people just do it. But it's a big indicator of how you feel about yourself and your relationship with everybody and everything.
Nick, I
so
love
just don't
that.
do that, you know? I
love your angel and I love that. Everybody, we love you. And we hope that while you're listening to this, we're celebrating that Biden wins. And thank you for, what if I just blacked out? We love you guys, and everybody take care.
Forever dog.
When I have a demon in my life, or maybe just a small gripe, something doesn't seem right until I confront them and they make nice. The world is full of snakes and whores. Get through the grim that's in the world. Confronting demons with Megan, confronting demons with Megan Stalter, or Meg Stalter. Sometimes I go by Meg.
Forever Dog.
This has been a Forever Dog production. Confronting Demons with Megan Stalter is executive produced by Brett Boehm, Joe Cilio, and Alex Ramsey. Senior producer Tracy Soren. Produced by Emma Foley. Original theme music by Henry Kapersky. Cover art by Sela Shaloni. To listen to this podcast ad-free, sign up for Forever Dog Plus at foreverdogpodcasts.com/plus. Check out video clips of our podcasts on YouTube at youtube.com/foreverdogteam. And make sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Forever Dog Team to keep up with all the latest Forever Dog news.